Okay, so it's Saturday morning and nothing's changed yet. So I'm going to actually try and hammer dolly this just to level this out a little bit. The rough backing on that is going to make it a little tough. I'll try and get in there with a grinder or maybe even just a file, smooth it out, and just bring it a little bit more flush. But I'm not going to do any more great amount more grinding on it because I don't want to take the metal too thin. It's nice and solid, and I don't want to wear it through. So what am I doing today anyways? Filling this, grind down the welds that I forgot to do, or forgot to grind, and then sort out this whole area here. Well, actually, first off, I got to sort out this piece here, between here and there. But nevertheless, I think we're good to go nearly. You know, like, this all has to be cut out. I'm just debating right now how far out I'm going to cut this. I was kind of thinking about doing, because this is still pretty solid. Even this piece right here that still remains is solid, just would need to be cut back to about here. And I debated about whether or not I want to leave that or not. And I'm still thinking about that. But, you know, like, the easiest thing to do would be just to take a cut, you know, probably about like that. And it's going to result in the least amount of welding distance. But, you know, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Anyways, doesn't matter. By the time that you guys watch this video, this will be done anyways. So, you know, now as I look at it, I think what I'm going to do is I'll cut this up to here, cut it over to there, and we'll do one piece here, maybe up to there, and then we'll do one piece there. That way I don't get too much into this curve and lose that curve and have to, you know, figure out some way to remake that. Okay, all in, all welded, all ground, all solid. Just that little bit up there left to do, but I'm actually going to leave that for a bit. So what's left to do here? Well, as far as welding, that structure is in about as good as it's going to get. You can see that was galvanized, by the way. I've got to grind this stuff, but I'm not going to worry about it right this second here. I have to sort out, well, I might as well at this point start working on this piece that goes in here. It's a small piece, just a couple of simple bends in it. It's mostly flat, and then once that's welded in, then I can look at doing this piece. I still haven't decided how I'm going to do this. I am leaning more towards the idea of one piece like that, you know, across there, and then another piece like that to fill that in. But, you know, how much harder would it be just to go zip? Anyways, okay, so that patch is in. It's nice and solid. I put the fender back on because I hadn't had the fender on since before I put this patch in here, these two patches in here. So I just wanted to make sure that it was all okay. And I did do some checking, and the actual lip up here is supposed to be about 1/8 of an inch wider than it actually is, but down here it does have to come back a bit, but it's got some spring in it, so I'm not so worried about it. I did have to adjust it after I put it on. I might need a little bit further adjusting. We will see, but regardless. So now, that piece in there. So, see how that one goes. Well, that took a hell of a lot longer than I ever figured it would, but I've got this bottom piece welded in here, and the weld's all ground down. I still have to do a little bit of a weld along there. Can't forget that. I'll do that right now as soon as I turn the camera off. And haven't welded these to this, and I haven't decided if I'll do that before or after I put this fill piece in here. But yeah, there's still quite a bit more work to do here. You know, well, maybe I shouldn't say that. There's one big piece, but I can't believe how long it took me to do this weld. And I did have to do a complete perimeter weld along there. And if you really think about it, that's probably, you know, a good portion. Well, that whole weld is about as much weld as I would do doing this whole area up to here, you know. Anyways, oh, yeah. Well, this will be done this weekend. I don't know if I mentioned it in yesterday's video. I've got the next week off, So I'm going to spend go gangbusters on this thing and see how much I can get done. This will be done tomorrow if I don't run out of welding gas. I'm down a fair bit. The co-op in Durham is where I get my gases from. They're open tomorrow, which is Sunday, and hopefully I can get there. Or if this runs out, I'll get there before 5. Otherwise, it might be a bit of a dull weekend. I am giving some serious thought to stripping this thing right down to the frame and throwing it on the rotisserie that I've built, because it would make stuff so much easier. Because you saw the silly ways I have to go and sit to prop my arm so I can get a good TIG weld and all this stuff like that. It'd be so much easier if I just could rotate this thing onto its side and and weld up here. I didn't want to go that far. I knew I was going to pull the engine and transmission out to get the engine bay rust that's in here, but now it's looking a lot like I might as well just pull all the suspension off and throw it on the rotisserie. Then I can strip the bottom and get all that rubbish done. I'll think about it. We'll see how we go. In any case, 7 o'clock right now. I think I can continue for a little while longer. Maybe what I'll do is I'll make my pattern for this piece here. I still have to do some hammer dolling. It's really difficult to get in there. It's kind of frustrating because of that. Anyways, maybe what I'm going to do before I do that is actually I'm going to put the fender back on again. I'm not going to show it to you guys, but I'm going to put the fender on again, just verify that I haven't tweaked anything before I go and weld these in. Anyways, and then I'll make my pattern. I'll see you in a bit. Well, there you go. If this car were made of paper, I'd be ready to go. A little glue, and I'd be done. But here's my pattern for my patch. It'll just slightly wrap around here to cover up that indentation that's there. I'll cut that all out. But anyways, it'll wrap around over top of that. And I haven't quite cut it along the bottom, but I'm not going to. And unfortunately, it's getting a little bit late today, so we'll leave this for the first thing tomorrow morning. And I'll burn this guy in. Hopefully not literally. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. And thanks for the encouraging words. It helps a lot.